Today I'm filming the 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. This vehicle competes against the first ever Honda CR-V Hybrid that I reviewed on my channel. You guys go check that video out as well. Also, this competes against the Subaru Forester. So my question for today's video is, how does this RAV4 Hybrid stack up to the other competition? Start this video off under the hood here of the Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. This has the company's 2.5 liter four-cylinder. It makes 219 horsepower. It's paired with a CVT transmission. As this one sits, it weighs 3,700 pounds and you can tow 1,700 pounds. Fuel economy numbers are 41 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 40 combined. Compared to the CR-V Hybrid that I reviewed a month or two ago, that's actually better fuel economy numbers. And I cannot wait to drive or basically review the Prime that's coming out, which has a 42 plug-in hybrid system. It also makes 302 horsepower, so that's actually faster than this RAV4 Hybrid that I'm reviewing today. But Toyota says 0 to 60 in 7.2 seconds, but the Prime is going to be 0 to 60 in 5 seconds, 5.4 seconds, around that range. But let's look at the front fascia here of the RAV4 Hybrid. Closing the hood here, of course, I reviewed this hybrid RAV4 maybe a couple months back, but looking here at this beautiful gray exterior color, these headlights here are going to be an LED combination. You're going to have an incandescent turn signal. Part of your bumper here, you're going to have these halogen projector bulbs here. I'm not sure why Toyota didn't go with a full LED design. This gloss like finish to it with this painted aluminum trim here. This grille is going to be unique to the RAV4 Hybrid here, compared to the limited model that you can get to. Is going to have its own unique front fascia here. This painted blue Toyota emblem signify that you actually have the hybrid trim. But let's look at the side proportions of the RAV4 Hybrid. Looking at the side proportions of the RAV4 Hybrid, starting with these tires and wheels. These are a 225/60 width tire. They're Michelin tires, so they're actually good tires on the market. They're wrapped in an 18-inch rim design with the 5-spoke finish. You do get 4 disc brakes for all 4 wheels. My Tesla has the blue painted scrub brace tower with this subtle hybrid badge here. My Tesla does also have the 2-tone roof here with a standard sunroof, also with some roof rails. This LED side marker cap here. Your wheelbase is 105.9 with an overall length of 180.9. Looking at the lower part of your door, there's this all-wheel drive badge here. So basically, it has an electric motor powering the rear wheels. But looking here, there's this floating roof design. But let's look at the rear of the RAV4 Hybrid. The rear of the RAV4 Hybrid, looking at these taillights, the LED combination with an LED brake light, with an LED reverse light, with an incandescent turn signal. There is some badging back here, which is your XSE badge and your hybrid badge. Your Toyota emblem, which is painted blue, of course, to signify that this is the actual hybrid trim, with your RAV4 badge as well. There's a stand-up backup camera with LED lights for your tag. Looking down here at the lower part of your bumper, there is this gloss black material with this brushed aluminum trim as well, with dual exhaust. Surprised to see there is dual exhaust on this hybrid trim here. Open up the cargo back here. This is a power lift gate. It does open a little slow for my taste. Looking here at the cargo back here, Toyota raised the cargo back here with all the seats folded up at 37.8 cubic feet of space. When you fold everything down, you get 69.8. That's a lot of utility to put some stuff or to carry things to go on a long road trip or so forth. And also, Toyota didn't mess with the actual cargo back here because they put the nickel metal hydrate batteries under the rear seat. Open up the load floor here. There is a compartment to reveal there's a spare tire instead of a fix-a-flat kit. Look at the front fascia here of the 2020 Toyota RAV4. It does have this nice front fascia, but I prefer the looks of the CR-V because it looks more stylish. But of course, I already have the vehicle running. You guys can hear the fan because it's very hot outside and I don't have time to start this car up. But to lock the door, you can rest your finger here. That locks the door, and my Tesla does not power fold the mirrors in. Open up the door. Toyota does a sensor behind the door. Looking at this interior, my Tesla has the black and blue with the blue stitching here. The door panel here is soft touch material with this aluminum handle here. It is expressed up, expressed down for all 4 windows. I kind of was expecting that. Your mirror controls, your lock controls are here. Additional storage with a cup holder down here with your RAV4 embroidered into the actual speaker cover, which has a nice looking design to it. This is an 8-way power driver adjustable seating with lumbar support. There are some controls down here for your dimmer switches, your automatic high beams with your rear wiper, with the heated steering wheel function, and for your trunk release back there, your fuel cap opener, which is there, and also for your hood latch, some more soft touch. The steering wheel is a manual tip telescoping. But getting inside the RAV4 here, door sounds nice and solid, but turn this fan down really quick. Like I mentioned, it is like 91 degrees outside today, but it feels like 102. The upper part of your dashboard here is a soft touch ejection molded plastic. This does have the 8-inch Intune 3.0 screen here, which does offer Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is standard for 2020. This leather wrap steering wheel here. There are some functions here to cycle through this 7-inch digital cluster display here. You can back out of your presets here, driver's assistance here with your lane departure, forward collision warning, your blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, also with your sign reader. This thing is fully loaded. It has Toyota safety sensors and crannies that you guys would like in a modern day SUV. And it does has a traditional step-in SUV height. Your volume and voice command controls are going to be here. Your forward collision warning, your lane departure warning here with your adaptive cruise control and your radio preset modes here. There's your power tachometer here with your fuel reader here, and also for your coolant temperature down there. This does have dual climate control with these big knobs here with this rubberized material. Only heated seats come on the actual XSE trim. If you go for the limited trim, you get heated and cool seats. Surprised to see that Toyota didn't put any cool seats on this particular trim. There's more of that blue stitching here, which is look really nice. Blue is my favorite color, like I mentioned before in other videos. There are some dedicated hard buttons here, which is show you guys this little meter here. It shows you where the energy flow is going. You do have your trip information here. I haven't driven this car or taken it out so far, so it's kind of a little plain Jane here. But going back here to the home, there's some dedicated home buttons. Like I mentioned, this does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which is standard. The upper part of your dashboard here is going to be a soft touch injection molded plastic, more of that blue stitching. You do get CV tray storage down here, just like in the Highlander that Toyota offers as well. So these seats are very comfortable. They hold you in place. They have a nice looking design to them. These are the same seats off the Camry, if I'm not mistaken. I love the blue stitching here with the blue with the cloth inserts as well. My Tesla does have the rear view camera mirror that Cadillac introduced first, and then it trickled down to the other manufacturers. Of course, they're gonna leech off of each other. Looking here, there's a sunglass holder here with your SOS buttons here, also for your sunroof here. This does not have the panoramic sunroof, just a standard size sunroof, but you can just close this little shade here just in case there's too much light. Two cup holders down here. Your center console is nice and padded. You have additional storage in here with two quick charging USB ports. Putting the RAV4 into reverse, there is this backup camera with trajectory with two different camera modes here, either a wide mode or a close mode if you guys would like to see what's a little closer. This does have rear cross traffic alert, just in case there's something approaching you. It will put the brakes on for you just in case you didn't still see it. Kicking it over here to the left, this does have the CVT transmission, not the 8-speed, how the other RAV4s have it. Additional storage here, like I mentioned, you have this connection here to connect to your Apple CarPlay, electronic parking brake, auto hold. You have different drive modes here, which is eco. It does change the cluster up here green. You have a sport mode, it changes red, and you can just push down here for normal, which is the EV mode. This thing does creep into electric mode only. When the 2021 Prime comes out, it's going to be a plug-in hybrid version. It's going to have 42 miles of electric range. So this little EV mode here is going to be obsolete if you guys were looking to purchase a Prime, because you're going to get 42 miles of electric range. I'm not sure how much miles of electric range you can drive this thing in, but I want you guys to comment down below how many miles you guys think you get with the RAV4 hybrid when you drive it only in electric mode only. Like I mentioned, there's an additional cubby tray here. You can rest your phone. Surprised to see that my Tesla doesn't have a wireless charging pad, but there is a 12-volt tucked in there. The materials and stuff in here are nice, high quality materials. The seats are very comfortable. Let's hop into the back seat of the RAV4 hybrid. So get into the back seat here of the RAV4 hybrid. The materials are going to be a soft touch, just like in the front seat. So Toyota didn't cheap out when it came to the materials. There is one mat pocket back here with rear air vents, two quick fast charging USB ports. The floor back here is nice and flat. You can definitely fit 3 people across. And Toyota rated legroom back here at 37.8 inches of legroom. Just to keep in mind, the Honda CR-V offers 40.4, just in case you're looking for a little bit more legroom. And you can also recline these seats just a little bit, and then to have an upright position, just click it to the first click, and you have this nice seating upright position. There's headroom back here. You have plenty of headroom back here. The lighting back here is going to be incandescent. Surprised to see there's no LED lighting in this cabin. Pulling this armrest down here, there's 2 cup holders. But let's take the RAV4 hybrid out and see how it performs. So starting off in the 2020 Toyota RAV4 hybrid, what do you guys think about this new camera angle that I'm trying out? I want you guys to comment down below. Do you guys like this camera angle, or do you guys would prefer just showing the actual speedometer and things like that? But starting off in the RAV4 here, I have good visibility in here. There's 2 little creases here on the hood, but you can see over those. Like I mentioned, visibility is really good. These big side mirrors, this does come with Toyota safety with the big side mirrors here with the blind spot monitoring. So So it has a lot of safety tech in this vehicle. Mind you, this vehicle does compete against the Honda CR-V that I reviewed, which has the hybrid powertrain, which makes 212 horsepower. Mind you, this vehicle that I'm driving right now has the company's 2.5 liter four-cylinder, so it makes 219 horsepower. So it does have a little bit more horsepower compared to the CR-V. So the cabin in here does have some nice high quality materials, like soft touch material. The dashboard up here has this soft touch injection molded plastic. Nice infotainment system here, which is an 8-point Entune 3.0 system. Nice gauge cluster here. It has a 7-inch cluster LCD display here in the center stack. Nice leather wrap steering wheel. Surprised to see that there's some actual paddle shifters here. But putting the RAV4 into sport mode here really quick. Switching to the rotary dial, I'm gonna floor it. 0 to 60 is 7.2 seconds, I think Toyota says. But just keep in mind, Toyota's going to be releasing a Prime, which has 302 horsepower. So I can't wait to drive that engine. As you can see, it has that droney four-cylinder, but it doesn't sound too bad compared to what I've driven previous before. This does have the company's CVT assist, blind spot monitoring, all the things are going to be standard in this vehicle as well. But just putting this thing into eco mode here, you can just cruise along, going a long road trip. There's not a lot of road noise or wind noise coming into the cabin here. Great visibility. My Tesla has the rear view camera mirror that Cadillac introduced first, and it kind of like trickled down to other manufacturers as well. Above me I have this standard size sunroof. But honestly, you cannot go wrong with the RAV4 hybrid. I mean, you know, it's a great daily driver for most people. It has plenty of cargo in the rear. With all seats folded down, you get around 69.8 cubic feet of space. So it's very durable when it comes with the storage. And safety stuff, man. This thing is fully loaded, like I mentioned. Great visibility, great handling. It's very playful. You can definitely feel what the front tires are doing on the road. This part does have a wishbone front suspension, or the coil suspension. But man, this thing rides very smooth. It puts the power down just fine. Mind you, I don't care for CVTs because the simple fact is that they buzz, great buzzy sound, and I really don't care for that. But just cruising along on some back roads or on the interstate or the highway, this thing is going to be very good. Fuel economy numbers are going to be 41 in the city, 38 on the highway, and 40 combined. Compared to that Honda CR-V that I drove maybe a month or two ago, the fuel economy numbers are down compared to that, but this does stack up well against that if you have a light foot. But like me, I have a heavy foot, so you know, I won't probably be getting the best fuel economy with this car. But if you just drive this thing normally and just cruise along, like I mean, the seats are very comfortable. You put this thing in a actual eco mode, you can just cruise along just fine. Man, there's a lot of love about the RAV4 here. I can't drive it in electric only because it's not charged. The batteries are not charged. But I'm gonna do a slight acceleration run really quick. This also has the company's all-wheel drive system, which means that there's a electric motor powering the rear wheels. I'm gonna put it back into sport. Yeah, that's definitely. Even though it says it's all-wheel drive, this car is still a front-wheel drive base. So front wheels lose traction. Electric motor is gonna kick in for the all-wheel drive system to work. But from like a dead stop, this thing is really quiet, man. You can just cruise along and creep and not have to worry about burning any gas. But I want you guys to comment down below, how long can you drive in only electric mode only? Because I know with the RAV4 Prime coming out, which is a plug-in hybrid system, you can drive about 42 miles, between 38 and 42 miles. And the suspension feeling here is really good. It goes over the bumps just fine. Like I mentioned, steering feel is very playful. You can feel what the front tires are doing. I'll put my foot down here. There goes that four-cylinder motor kicking in. It doesn't sound buzzy, but you can definitely tell that this is a four-cylinder. But you do have great fuel economy in this car. Spending time with the RAV4 hybrid, this vehicle is a great daily driver and it has plenty of room and it's easy to drive. So how much does a RAV4 hybrid cost? Starting price for my Tesla is $35,795. This does have some optional equipment, which includes the XSC weather package, the Toyota Guard, which is 2 oil changes in the filter, the carpeted floor mats, and the paint protection. My Tesla stickers for $41,592. I'd like to give a special thanks to Wilford for providing me with the vehicle. If you're in the market for a 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, you can come to South Dade Toyota and ask for Wilford. And this is my full overview for the 2020 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram at DriveOnReviews, and please keep subscribing to my YouTube channel. I'll catch you all in the next video.